Sure. So my name is Kieran Hines. I'm here with my colleagues from Datamonitor Financial. We're a research company with bases in Sydney and London. We provide global insights across consumer payments, banking, insurance and wealth management.
Okay, so despite the many payment innovations we are seeing, deployment rarely goes as smoothly as planned. So how can we reconcile the pace of innovation with consumer readiness?
It's a very, very difficult thing to balance. I think what we do see in some cases with innovation is that while it's technology that is put out there and leads the way, often people do forget about the customer when it comes to actual deployment. Trials are often given a very clear focus, but when it comes down to actually launching products, we do see failures very often on the acceptance or merchant side to ensure that things like shop staff, for example, have enough training to understand how payment products are supposed to be used. To give an example from the UK, there are some quite large contactless deployments, but consumers report difficulties in actually using their contactless cards because shop staff don't know how the terminals work, don't know what they're for even in some cases, and it's these areas that need to be improved on if we actually will see technology take a greater role in payments.
So looking at the big picture, what are the key trends that will change the payments landscape in the next 3 to 5 years?
I think the biggest macro trend is mobile and what consumers are using their mobile handsets for. Within that, of course, you have what's happening with mobile online data consumption and where this moves you in terms of mobile commerce. So from our research, we see more and more that consumers in Asia are happy to browse the mobile internet for goods and services and to complete those transactions through their handsets. That's a huge trend and that will continue to grow. Where you go from there is in where this crosses over with physical retailing, because more and more consumers are using their handsets to browse the store's app or the store's website while they're shopping, and while they're doing that, it's not a big step to see a state where consumers want to complete the transaction with their handsets in stores, and this will continue to feed innovation and change. And of course it actually is consumer behaviour that's at the forefront of this.
So what innovations does the industry need? Where should payments innovation focus on, like the innovation itself, or the value exchange around it?
I think that's an interesting question. The biggest area of innovation has to be in removing friction from the customer transaction. That's an interesting question. I think the biggest area of innovation or focus has to be in the role that payments plays in the consumer experience, because consumers, no one makes payments for the fun of making payments. You're completing a purchase, you're making a transaction. So the payment products that have to be created and where the focus needs to be is on how you make that as easy and as clean and smooth as possible for the customer. Because payment innovation that involves too many steps or is complicated or takes longer than paying by cash or card will never succeed, because consumers are lazy and they always do the easiest thing. Now, that's what I do, and I'm sure that's what anybody else would do.
So the mobile payments market is huge. Like say the operators, banks, non-banks, competing for a piece of the pie. So who do you think would emerge as the dominant player in the space?
I think the question there is interesting, because you've hit on the real problem with mobile at the moment, in that you have mobile operators, you have companies, internet providers, so search engine providers like Google, for example. You have banks as well. And where we are with mobile payments is very much nothing's happening because each of those parties wants to own the entire value chain and have that whole process. What needs to happen is there needs to be collaboration between those parties based on what each one can do best to make sure that the payment products created deliver what's needed for consumer needs. So it's not merchants that own payments, it's not mobile operators, it's not banks. Each has to play a role in providing a payment service based around mobile that meets the needs of everybody.
How do you find the conference and exhibition so far?
It's been great. It's been a very successful conference for us. The presentation that we did was very well received, and we've had a lot of people come by to the booth and talk to us about our products and services. Made some great contacts, and we've also learned a lot by talking to people around the expo and also from the conference too. It's been fantastic.